Our elected officials who have joined us today, County Council President MC Keegan-Eyre and Councilmember Jessica Fitzwater, who represents this district and lives and works in her district. In a few minutes, the stretch of pavement that is behind me will open for traffic. The new ramp brings us one step closer to a full interchange. And this is great news for the residents and the businesses in Newmarket, Lake Linganore, Oakdale Village, Spring Ridge, and the Imesville area. I am personally looking forward to see how this project will alleviate traffic on Route 144. I've been to many ribbon cuttings where the opening is described as being long awaited. But in this case, long awaited takes on a whole new meaning and is really an understatement. The westbound I-70 connection has been missing from this interchange literally for decades. The first portion was built in 1985, almost 35 years ago. And so far, we haven't been able to find anyone who remembers why this interchange was built as a half interchange instead of a full interchange. So if you find anybody, or if there's anybody here who knows the answer to that, please let us know. The county has been advocating for improvements to this interchange for a long time. And back in 2006, the State Highway Administration first funded a study for this westbound ramp, but that did not ever get funded for further design and construction. So today we're able to cut this ribbon thanks to collaboration and partnership. So obviously this improvement is part of the State Highway Administration's system. And so they've played a role in this. There's also been a partnership between Frederick County government and Elm Street Development to fund this project, and Elm Street Development has taken the lead in managing the construction of this project. So Elm Street is the developer of the nearby Linganore Town Center and the communities that surround it. So I do want to thank Elm Street Vice President Jason Wylie, who is here today, and you'll hear from, for agreeing to work with me and to work with the county to restructure the agreement with the county to finance this infrastructure. And together, we are getting this project done, which benefits everybody who travels through this area. And we've also saved taxpayers a lot of money, literally millions of dollars. Elm Street recognized that key infrastructure needs had to be in place to support all of the planned growth in this area and to deal with regional traffic. And the company has proven to be a good partner working towards what is best for the residents and businesses that live in this part of the county. The developer could build the road improvement at a lower cost than either the county or the state. And by restructuring our financing agreement, which was a TIF agreement, which is tax increment financing, fewer county tax dollars had to be diverted to pay for this project. And literally, it is going to save just under $50 million between this ramp and the eastbound exit ramp that will happen in about 2 years. So I appreciate the coordination and support of our local state highway district under the direction of District Engineer John Concannon. I want to thank our County Division of Public Works and Department of Transportation Engineering, led by our Division Director Chuck Knipe, and the contractor Pleasance Construction, who worked to complete this project. And I know there's a lot of other people here that I'm missing, but I thank all of you for whatever your role was in bringing this project to a reality. This new ramp will make it easier for residents heading west into Frederick. It should reduce peak hour traffic on Route 144, and it will help people to get where they need to be faster and safer. And that is really an example of good government. It's an example of good collaboration, and it's an example of delivering on Frederick County's high quality of life, which people expect in our community. So working together, we are making life better for the people who live here. So I do want to offer an opportunity for our council members to say a few words if they would like to. Okay, Councilwoman Jessica Fitzwater.
Good afternoon, everybody. I will be extremely brief. I just want to echo the comments that were shared by County Executive Gardner and really just laud everybody who was involved in this process. This is such a great example of a public-private partnership that's working, that is filling a need that is decades long, as the County Executive already said, and is going to make an incredibly huge impact on the community, not only in this area, but really anybody who's traveling through from the city through this area or back, both for employment or to get to their homes or to go shopping. I, in my other life, am a teacher at Oakdale Elementary School, and I can tell you that everybody in that community, students, families, staff, is all very, very excited for this to open. I think they know that it will, as the county executive said, help with safer and faster travel in this area. And I really want to thank Elm Street and Jason Wylie and all of their team for working with the county executive to help move this project forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. And now I will turn it over to Elm Street Vice President Jason Wylie for his comments.
Well, thank you, everyone. Good morning. It's a really great morning to be here. I'm Jason Wylie, representing the whole project team, which I'm going to introduce a few folks shortly. And I'm really just thrilled and really just grateful to be here. It's been, we're a lot of people who have helped us follow through on a commitment that we made to have this ramp open as soon as possible. And, I do think, as County Executive Gardner mentioned, this has been advocated for I think, over 3 decades, if you really count it. And so it's so exciting to be able to, we don't very often get to cut ribbons. And so, really just wanted to make a celebration of it. So appreciate all of you being here to celebrate with us today. And, not to be redundant, but it is going to make a huge transition for this eastern side of Frederick, whether it's the city of Frederick or the town of Newmarket with some of the local road challenges that have been out there. We know it's just going to make a huge difference. And, we fought through a lot of rainfall and that kind of thing to get started, but really everyone that pulled off this project has been so helpful at every level, from the public and the private sector. On the public side, obviously wanting to thank Jan for being here today, and it's been a lot of years that we've worked to get here, and so it's very exciting. The DPW team with the county, Chuck Knipe is here, and Greg Jones, also Jason Stitt, Blair Hovatter, a lot of other people at the county. There's a complicated handoff of the right-of-way, and just to get us started, and so those things aren't forgotten. The planning team with Ron Burns is here today, really advocated for this. The finance team with Lori Deppes and Susan Keller and Aaron White, really have done a ton of work to get this off the ground. Thank you for County Councilwoman Fitzwater and President MC Keegan-Air for being here and taking time out of your day. And on the state highway side, it really just was truly a public-private partnership in the best sense with all the levels of government. And John Concannon and his team with Terry Seuss and Corey May out in the field, as well as Scott Newell and Anish Thomas and Lee Lambert, really helped us get this project off the ground with no hiccups. And I did really want to make sure we had today the DeLauder family with Tim O'Toole and Lauren and Shay are here. Wanted to recognize that without the right-of-way that they facilitated for this ramp, as well as for the state highway mainline ramps that were, or mainline 40 years ago, that family has actually owned that property for about 100 years. And it's something that you just don't see all the time. And they've really facilitated a lot of stuff in this area for us to be here today. And also, the AMVETs on the other side have done a right-of-way agreement with us, and Commander Mark Redmond couldn't be here today, but he really worked a lot of tireless hours to get that volunteer organization to have a right-of-way agreement with us to be able to go forward with this ramp, as well as with the future ramp. They actually own stuff on both sides, so it was very complicated, and Mark was really just a great partner in helping us today to get here today. And from the design team, Wilson T. Ballard, Sean Burnett is here today, and his team, John Webster and Andy and Jen and Nicole and a lot more. There's just so many people that go into these projects that it really just wouldn't happen. And you guys led us through the acronym soup of IAPA and NEPA and all the rest of it, that we have no idea how to do these things. So we really are excited to have submitted the phase 2 design engineering for the second phase, which is shown in blue here. Went in for review last week, and it's been a huge effort just to get that. And John and the team, I know, are reviewing that, and we're excited to move forward with that second phase as quick as we can. The Miles' Stockbridge team has been involved in this. Tom Lynch and Noel Manalo is here today, and really thankful for all the help over the years. And certainly without the planning and the persistence and the iron will as well as the construction iron, we wouldn't have been able to do it without the construction team. Gene Bollinger and Mike Bingley with Elm Street have been working for years on this, as well as the Pleasance construction team and the iron that they brought to literally move a mountain, which was behind us here. It was 60 feet tall, and they cut down into this level, and really could not have happened without the team. Brian Keeney, Ricky Harbaugh, Brian Lippy, Ronnie Jodikin, Matt Burdett's right here, and worked tirelessly, and Eric Newquist and the rest of the team. So thank you all for being here today, and I'll turn it over to John for a few remarks, and then we'll get this thing opened up. So thank you all.
Thank you, Jason. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Concannon. I'm the District Engineer for the Maryland Department of Transportation State Highway Administration's District 7 office, which includes Frederick County. On behalf of Maryland Transportation Secretary Pete Ron, I thank you for inviting us to join you today. MDOT-SHA is excited to celebrate the completion of this highly anticipated project. Since the time I-70 was originally built through Frederick County in the 1960s, traffic needs have changed dramatically. Frederick County has experienced significant growth over those years, adding thousands of new homes and businesses. This growth generates residents, commuters, and the need for a safe and efficient transportation network. I-70 at this interchange carries approximately 70,000 vehicles each day, and this new entrance ramp from Maryland 144 to westbound I-70 is expected to be used by more than 5,000 motorists every day. The new ramp will relieve traffic congestion along Maryland Route 144, as you've heard, heading towards East Patrick Street and the city of Frederick, as well as relieve traffic congestion for Oakdale and Linganore residents who traditionally have gone through Newmarket along Main Street. As someone who drives this area frequently, this is great news to me. The MDOT-SHA District 7 office worked closely with Frederick County and Elm Street Development throughout the permitting and construction process to deliver this new ramp, and we are thrilled to be part of the grand opening. By delivering much-needed transportation infrastructure projects such as this, we ensure the continuity of service, mobility, and safety for our community. It's an investment that will support economic growth for years to come, and MDOT-SHA is proud to have played a role in making this project a reality. I want to thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right. With that, it concludes our program. So for those of you who are elected officials who have been involved in this project, we ask you to come up and get ready to cut the ribbon. We're going to move the podium and all the chairs, and then we're going to officially open this road by driving down it. And that's pretty exciting.